Possibly the biggest game of this qualifier. This is actually round 3 now. Previously was round 2. Round 3 of the WCG Russia qualifier. Cash versus HawK. Two of the biggest names in this country. Happy and Neutron both not playing here today. So these are the two top favorites. But they are meeting on the same side of the bracket. This isn't even the decision round. This isn't even the semifinals, which will be played in a best of 3. This is the round of 8. Best of 1. This is the only map. Last Refuge will be the decider. Only one of these two guys is going to have a chance to go to China, to Xi'an, for the main event later this year. All coming down to this. HawK stated in the past that he actually likes this map quite a bit. Last Refuge, we used to call it HawK's Refuge for a while. But I think that was mostly the case against Undead and Night Elf. Against Orc, in the early game, it's a tough map. You're gonna get the first camp for free, but that's gonna be all you get for free. And I like the aggressive approach here by Cash, going for... I love the Grunt movement as well. Grunt is covering another part of the map. The Blade Master's down here scouting things out. And last hit, that's gonna be a big one. HawK is playing around it though. One right click will not be good enough. He's going for the AM actually. AM is already pretty hurt. Half HP only anymore. If the Blade Master can get level 2 only with the harass and water elementals and so on, that would be very nice. But water elemental denies his brother basically. Blade Master, does he have to invest the Windwalk here? He does. Would have liked to save that mana but wasn't able to. Gets the last hit however. If he steals one more of the Murlocs, the AM will not be hitting level 2 from this. That is the goal. But HawK is playing around it really well. He's playing around this really well. Windwalk comes in, steals one of the Murlocs. Blade Master, however, now completely out of mana. The other Murloc seems to be going to HawK, but that's not enough for level 2. However, Blade Master can't... Does he get it? That was a low damage roll. Last it goes to HawK. Boom, there we go. But, as you can see... Still only level 1. Shout out, by the way, to the WCG observer. Has gotten much, much better. You guys remember when we were casting the Sweden qualifier? Whew, there, yeah. That was a little rough. So, big thanks to listening to feedback. He's probably not listening, but yeah. We gave him some feedback on hopefully how to improve the observing a little, and I think it shows. So AM did hit level 2 here, so at least that was achieved. But where to go next? How to get level 3 is the question here. Blade Master swooping in again, a little too late to steal one of the last hits here. Struggling with his own level 2. Shop in the back for HawK, I like that. It's oftentimes going to be the easy first target for an Orc attack approaching the human main. Don't want to lose the Grunt here, of course. Plenty of footmen. Could be looking for that surround. 140 is going to be lost, but that's the only footman so far in this early game. This is fine. For Cash. Finally, more grunts are coming in. Is it 2 grunts coming at the same time from the main? Okay, looks like it. Did he forget about the one perhaps? I don't know. Totem coming. He's going Totem and Bestiary before the Shadow Hunter. But he's gonna get the Shadow here soon as well. Has the resources now. There we go. Boom. Second hero time. Blade Master still trying to keep this AM busy. I like this a lot when the Orc is aggressive here, slowing down both players creeping. Because, ooh, creeping without an AM for the human is pretty easy to do with a second hero. With Militia, with Water Elemental still there and so on. But for the Orc, creeping without a Blade Master slows him down a lot. Whereas, when second heroes show up and both players have to creep with both of their heroes, I think that's beneficial for the Orc. And the Blade Master's gonna have to start creeping a little bit here soon. Still only level 1. But 3 grunts out now. Is a pretty strong presence on the map. Should certainly be MK here for HawK, is pretty much always a second hero choice. Thank you very much, Fezzo Fezb, for the 9-month resub. So here we go, Shadowhunter coming from the main. I think now it's time to creep. But that may trigger HawK to try to be a little aggressive here himself. Doesn't want to allow this. 2 grunts are ensnared. Losing one of them would be painful. But there's Hex as well to control these footies. This is the second Hex use already, by the way. So Shadowhunter dropping pretty low on mana. MK coming out now with a Stormbolt being added into the equation. This gets a lot more dangerous now for Cash. Last hit. He dodges the dust. Well done, the Blade Master. This would be such a big deal. Coming in with the Hex. Who got it? Who got it? I'm not sure. I think last hit went to Cash, but the item to the AM. No! Item on the Blade Master. Wow, that was some crazy large pickup range. Gets the Wand of Mana Stealing, and he certainly got the experience for this as well.
Players' forces are under attack.
Alright, next camp. Very small camp here, only being attempted by Cash. The danger here of contesting the middle is always that Militia could be swooping in at any moment, and Cash is always very good. HawK, excuse me, is always very good at bringing them. Militia in this early mid-game stage are super powerful. For that reason, oftentimes both shops will go to the human, as is the case here. But only got, well, he didn't get the consumable though from the other. And he sells this consumable as well, meaning that it was most likely a Scroll of the Beast. Or perhaps a wand, but wouldn't you even keep the wand? I think you would. Double Scroll of Speed on Cash's side, I like that. Wow, that's some poor items for Cash. Getting the Lion Horn and the wand. Creeping continues. Who creeps faster here, actually? Should be the Orc, right? Casters have very low damage output. Water Elementals are nice, but the casters are so slow. Alright, Ogre Lord creep. Should be easy to snag the big item with the ensnares. He's got the surround, he's got the kill. But still the level 3s. Medallion, that's a little bit better, but again, not really a good item for Cash. Level 3 for the MK. He finds the Book of the Dead, which is most likely worthless, with walkers being in the equation. Mana Pot. Whoa. Yeah, for the MK though. Would be kind of weird on the AM. Going to the next red cam now. Cash is saving all of his items, not selling a single one. This would be so much gold for him. I like the Invis footy, by the way. Oh, if he has backpack, he might be even able to steal his items. Would be sick. Don't think he has it though. MK coming in, trying to Stormbolt the Blade Master. He did. Gets the item as well. No, oh, the Blade Master's so low! He's coming in with the reveal, but there's one more heal wave, Scroll of Speed as well to get out of there. This Raider is gonna be sacrificed for this. But he did get the item. Did he use the Scroll of Healing there as well? It looked like it was a lot of healing. Alright. Trading a Raider for the big item, I guess, is worth it. What was the item? What was the item? It's on the Blade Master, if he hasn't sold it yet. SH not yet level 3, that's a problem. But he's not too far away. And HawK now being very aggressive into the human base. Clap coming in. One of Mana Stealing means that the MK is dry on mana for now, but has that mana potion still, remember. Heal Scroll coming in. Blade Master still dropping lower. Kodo Beast came in for the Devour. It will pop on the MK early on here before the backstab comes in. Next Clap coming. But that was the last of the mana. MK completely out of mana now. SH hitting level 3. This is looking pretty promising right now for the Orc, I think. The Book of the Dead coming in, and there's no more Dispel. Smart usage there by HawK, holding on to it until there was no more mana on the Walker. So suddenly these skeletons are really scary, actually. Taking out the Kodo Beast. More Water Elementals to be summoned. Oh, he didn't Dispel against the Book. He dispelled against the Water Elemental. That's some ingrained Orc DNA, I guess. Always trying to get rid of the Water Elementals, trying to go for the surround now on the MK, but there is invisibility. Shadowhunter has to get to the shop, has to get more mana for more healing. But looks like HawK's just losing, Cash is losing everything. Mana Potion now, finally dropping the items on the ground. Plenty of mana from this, but he's got so little left. How did this all turn around so horribly for him? MK, can he get this hero kill? It feels like he needs this hero kill. Hex on the AM so he can't transfer anything. He gets the hero kill in the end. MK dead. And with this, Cash seems to be fighting his way back into it. More army is coming, more breakers for more tankiness. AM almost level 4. Cash has like no units, but he got that hero kill, that ever so important hero kill. Whew, this is so close. One more peon. That's his level 4 for the AM. Another big level up. SH with more healing. He's constantly low mana. Constantly out of mana. Burrows aren't really helping. The peons, I guess, already died. Cash down to 36 supply only. And this tier 2 human caster army looks to be too much to overcome once again for an orc. Even with an MK missing. MK, by the way, should be back pretty soon. I guess it was a little too greedy, going from red camp to red camp, not prioritizing the level 3 Shadow Hunter, which would have made a world of difference if he had it right away. But he's not giving up yet. Cash is still staying in this. Blade Master, though, continuously controlled. He has to force this TP here on the AM, and he does. That seemed like a little preemptive of a TP. He wasn't even revealed. Okay. Cash now can breathe a sigh of relief. Finally, he's got some time to heal up his units, to clarity up his Shadow Hunter, to creep up a little bit more, perhaps. But still, his army's tiny. 36 supply only. And Cash... yeah. What does he do now? Creeping is the answer, I suppose. HawK still at 50. MK about to be back. Is this the time to go for a Zeppelin? Buy some time for yourself. Might be the play here for Cash. Right, here we have the MK again. Found another big item. Taking out another camp. MK getting closer to 4. AM getting closer to 5. Woods of Qualifiers. Meh. May help with survivability a little. Alright, another big camp for Cash though. He's very close now to his own 50 supply. Double level 4s for him. Mana Stone would be the best over here. Ankh of Reincarnation, not too bad for the Blade Master, but not the greatest. This game seems to be neck and neck here between these two, the way we were hoping it would be. HawK's going into upkeep now, though. Cash isn't there yet. A single Wind Rider. Ooh, I don't know about that choice.
A player's forces are under
Perhaps he's anticipating the Blizzard transition already. But that is not the case just yet. With the scraps of this camp, the AM will hit his level 5. And the MK must be level 4 by now as well, which also for him is a big level up. He didn't go for Bash, he went for Clap and Stormbolt. Yep, and there we can see it. Level 4 on the MK. Needs an invul though, I think. Wouldn't be too bad on the AM either. Oh, nice Peon Scout. Really important to see this human army approaching. Cash has to turn around now. Can perhaps look for some reinforcements. Easy pickups on the way. He's almost there. MK Invis. Oh, I like that. That first clap is going to come as a big surprise. And these water elementals, oh man, they're scary. MK reveals himself for the Stormbolt on the Shadow Hunter, actually. The spells have to come in against these water elementals. They're not exactly split right now, so this was a little bit of a mistake. But the water elementals are still alive. Has to use another Dispel. MK in the middle of everything. Still doesn't have the invul, by the way. That certainly seems risky, to say the very least. Next slap coming in, Invis coming in after. So many of these melee units are just walking around for Cash, not doing anything, it seems like. Next water elemental's coming out, and now there's no Dispel anymore. This Wind Rider should be taken out pretty quickly. Heat Wave coming in once again. Scroll of Speed now. Can he get something done with this one? The Wind Rider is dead. The SH with decent mana still left. Blade Master in the middle of everything. Getting focused heavily. Heal Wave coming in once more. Speed Scroll is over. Looks like Cash is aiming for the next hero kill, but he can't connect with the damage. Once again, the melee units seem to be rather useless. Heal Wave again for this Blade Master. He doesn't have the Ankh. Does he have the Ankh on the Shadow, perhaps? I'm not so sure. Shadow falls back to the shop, needs healing desperately. Everything is dropping low. For the Orc, that is. For HawK, it seems to still be pretty healthy on most of his units. HawK seems to be running away now with this game. So much supply still for him at 62. Whereas Cash is only using unit after unit. Losing another Grunt. Losing this Kodo Beast as well. It's going to be a big deal. I think he's going to lose its devouring target as well as the Breaker comes back. And Cash has like nothing left. HawK, he was struggling super hard against Focus only a couple of days ago in the HawK Cup. But here is looking very strong against Cash, even losing his hero earlier, still fighting his way back. Blade Master with Ian will survive for a little bit longer. He's almost level 5 himself. But Ian will only last 7 seconds. HawK is counting those seconds. And now it's ready again. Going for the first hero. The hero wave is too late. That's the hero kill and the GG. And Cash is out of WCG. HawK makes it one round further.